Name's Kirk. I'm an area manager for View Cinemas. I would work with the general managers who are responsible for producing a balanced scorecard. The balanced scorecard would be split into their people section, their processes, their customers and their financial sections, and we would spend the majority of time either assisting them with helping them get their numbers or their people or processes in the correct manner, or alternatively advising if we think things need changed. I just couldn't see the point of university at the time. That was just the way I used to think. I went and did a hotel management diploma, and since I've left school, and what I found useful to me is I've done my master's in business. So I tend to use that as a lot more of a filler for areas of subject matters that not that I struggled with, but I needed more help with, say, like financials or strategy or things of that nature. I used to work in the nightclub, restaurant, hotel business, and I advertised a job. I used to work for a company called Garvin O'Doherty in Northern Ireland, and I advertised a general manager position. So when I actually went to see the reference number, they'd got all the information incorrect. So I phoned up the agency to say that's not the correct information. They said it's actually a different job. And then while we got chatting, he said, "Why don't you apply for it?" So I did, and that's how I got into the business. Before I joined the cinemas, I hadn't been to one for 6 years. In my latter years of schooling, I did a lot of part-time bar work and things, so I thought I'd give it a punt, the hotel side of it. My mother had been in hotels as well, so it sort of fitted in that respect. He used to run a taxi company. In fact, when he was in London, he was in the RAF and things like that. And then when he moved out of the RAF, he went out to London Transport, and he used to tutor people how to drive the London buses and things like that. And then that's why we went to South Africa. He went out to South Africa to do the same thing. But when he was out there, he opened up a taxi company. He sacrificed a hell of a lot to get us private education, and I had two brothers and sisters as well. So he made a lot of sacrifices just to get us the correct education. We went to a very good school. It wasn't my favourite part of life. Although you enjoy the camaraderie of friendship and things like that, I thought a lot of the subjects, and to be brutally honest, some of the subjects don't prepare you for what goes on in the real world. You know, although you need the basics ones of English, math and science and things like that, some of the geography they teach in biology, you can't put to use unless you go into a specialised field. With the hotel business, you know, you tend to move around a hell of a lot. So I did a year here, there and everywhere, and I got the bug for travelling and eventually came to England, then to Dublin and then up to Derry. Depending on if I'm working a weekend or not, I would come over on either a Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday and then spend 3 or 4 days in my area and then go home. The thing is, my kids are settled there, and they're very outdoor kids, do a lot of fishing, the activity and everything suits them. Schooling and education is very good over there as well. So my wife's lived there all her life, she's very settled, she's got a business there and things like that. You'd be surprised how many people I fly with on a weekly basis who do exactly the same thing as I do. They've a settled home life and tend to travel. I can get to London quicker than most of my colleagues who live in places like Leeds. We think outside the box. The film industry isn't a revolutionary industry. We don't invent the atom bomb and things of that nature. It's quite a simple thing. You know, we get films, we convert it into a format that people want to see, and we do Coke and popcorn primarily, and those are our core parts of our business. And I think what we do is we don't lose sight of that. I could have probably stayed in certain jobs longer. I got offered promotions when I'd resigned that in hindsight maybe I should have taken, but you're young and you want to explore, and anybody who's young and does want to explore, I recommend you do it. I've got 2 sons, and as soon as he turns 18, I'm going to help him pack his bags to go and see the world. I think there's more to life than, you know, work is an aspect of it, but you need to educate your whole body and mind as well.